to DSN Matrix Studios, the #1 network in America.
Credit has become the new background check. They will check your credit to get an apartment. They will check your credit to get utilities turned on. They're gonna check your credit to get a cell phone, much less a car and anything of that nature. The bottom line is, if you have bad credit, you are disenfranchised financially in this country. R.A.R.E, my partner and myself, and we targeted 3 different groups. One was the historical black colleges, another was returning citizens coming out of prison, and the third group of individuals that we're going to repair their credit for them for free happen to be veterans.
What's up? It's your girl Star B of Cultural Conversations. Thank you for tuning in. So I know y'all seen the dope introductory video of Mr. Jeff and Mr. Quincy. They're here from the R.A.R.E Foundation. So tell us a little bit about you guys. What do you do? Where do you do it? How do you do it? Who do you do it for?
Okay, well, I'm Quincy, losing ours. I'm the CEO of Credit Concepts, which is a national credit improvement firm.
Nice.
We specialize in improving individual credit profiles. We've been in business for about 9 years. We maintain an A+ rating, the Better Business Bureau. We're accredited, and the services that we provide are unlimited credit improvement to our clients, and this is clients nationwide. So if you're suffering from any damaged credit profile issues, lack of education, we're here to help.
Well, I need to holler at you because Sally Mae is in my pocket. What about you, sir?
Yeah, and I'm Jeff Broom, the Vice President over at Credit Concepts, and I ran a platform that we were loaning money to small and medium-sized businesses, and I did that for 2 years. Partnered up with Quincy about 1.5 years ago. Some of our business owners needed some real assistance, even though they were making $25,000, $50,000 a month, but their credit was in shambles. So he was able to help out a lot of my business owners, and then I realized that it wasn't even about them. I'm from the inner city. I'm from the projects in Brooklyn, and I bought my first piece of property when I was 19 years old. So now we saw an opportunity to kind of give back and help and impact individuals that just neighborhood, everyday, average people. So we're pretty passionate about what we do.
Nice. So you guys sound like you do a lot for the community, and you do a lot. But where are you guys located? Where are you stationed? And who do you go out to?
Well, I'm from the Bronx, but I live in Jersey, and our main headquarters is in Bloomfield, New Jersey. But we service clients nationwide. When me and my partner came together, we also decided to focus on different demographics of individuals that are also in need of our services. So we started the R.A.R.E Foundation, which stands for Restoring America Through Recovery Education, and that center is also located in New Jersey as well.
Nice. So how can we get in contact with you guys? How can we work with you? How can we get your assistance?
Well, you can reach us online, creditconcepts.com. That's credit spelled with K's.
Yes.
KREDIT, and our phone numbers are 800-985-9367 if you want to reach out to us in those 2 minutes.
Nice. So what are the requirements because I'm asking for myself.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Sally may be getting at me. How would you go about helping somebody like me?
Well, first thing is to find out exactly what you need help with, and that's one of the biggest issues that we're suffering. Almost 300 million Americans are suffering from bad and poor credit issues. So finding out exactly where you stand is the first step in knowing what type of help you need. and a lot of people don't know where to go to pull credit reports, how to even read them. So that's the first step, is making sure that that education is there, that we explain to you exactly what your current issues are, and then we focus on what your goals, and we help use your credit as a platform to reach those goals.
And how much do you guys charge for this?
Services vary depending on the severity of the situation, but our pricings range anywhere from $49.95 up to $399.95, and depending on how much we build a credit profile up, it can range into the thousands.
Nice.
And if I could just jump in, I think you talked about how could you help an individual, right? One of the most important things that we try to help our community understand is that that credit is extremely important, right? It's not really taught in schools. It's sometimes not taught at home. Money management skills are extremely important. And in order for us as individuals, we want to control things in our communities. I'm from Brooklyn. I see things happening in Harlem and even in the Bronx and different places, but we really have to understand that credit is leverage. It's financial leverage. It's the doorway to opportunity for apartments, for opening up a business, for getting that house, for anything that's asset-based or generational-based that you want to pass down to your children. Everybody has to understand you have to come through this credit door. And one reason why we're passionate about some of the things that we're doing with the R.A.R.E Foundation, because we see so many of our people, they get a credit card, but the interest rate is outrageous. Right. We see them get a car, but the interest rate is outrageous. So it's extremely important. We believe if we can uplift the credit, if we can control the economics, meaning controlling the businesses in our area, if we can do that, then that's when you start to make a change. So we see a lot of credit reports from a lot of ethnicities, from a lot of individuals, and we just see a pattern sometimes that happens with certain sectors and certain groups. So part of our financial literacy is to help our brothers and sisters truly understand, how to manage that credit card when you get out of college, and so that you're not behind the 8 ball from when you start. So, we trying to put a little bit of a movement together and create a little bit of momentum.
Nice. I love what you guys do. What would be something you tell a youth as early out as, I know we have children here in the studio, and I know we have children here in the studio. What would you tell them as young as they are? I have my brother here. He's 10 years old, and I know we have June's daughter here.
Can I go first? And I'll let you, because, one thing, I'm a little older. I'm in my 40s. So, I remember going to high school. I heard noise, music, like, So he looks good for 40s. But I remember going to school, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate that, when I was going to high school, people were wearing, we were wearing sheepskin coats, $400 or $500, pocketbooks that cost $500-$600. I remember having 5-6 pairs of sneakers, every color, different pair of sneakers every day. Brothers were wearing Gazelle glasses with no lenses in them, but they cost $400. So yeah, indeed. So the thing about it is that our priorities are off. So now when people go to school, they want to look nice the first day of school, so they go out and buy these $200-$300 Jordans. We see people walking around with $500 pocketbooks, but their credit scores are 450. So really what it comes down to is when you're young, you have to understand, because in my class, there were other individuals who were of a different complexion, right? Their tan wasn't as good as mine, if that makes sense. And they were questioning, why do you have 10 pairs of sneakers and I have 2, and you live in this place and I live on a house on the hill? So I think a lot of what we need to understand is that our priorities are off because we're trying to impress people who are already broke. So at the end of the day, we got to put things in perspective when it comes down to this money game, because Monopoly is real. It's not a game, it's real life. So that's my thing for the young people. We have to change their perception of what success is, and it's not how many pairs of sneakers you have. Impress your banker, don't impress your boys.
Oh, here on the show, we call those the uncolored folks. So just so you don't get confused, yeah, those are the uncolored folks that he was talking about, why they live in the house in the hills and he have the
projects.
Yeah. You have the other sneakers. You don't have the Jordans, and they're actually millionaires, and that's how it goes, though. But I feel you. You're so quiet. Tell us your hand in this business, because I know.
I work for him. He's the man, so
No, I founded this business about 10 years ago because, I didn't understand the power of credit, and when I did figure it out, I was already filing for bankruptcy, and when I went through that, process, I thought I was doomed. I didn't know that there was such thing as credit recovery. I
Right.
thought once your credit was damaged, then that was it. It wasn't till I went through a recovery process that I learned, that I was missing a whole world of potential. And so what I would tell the youth is, credit isn't free money. A lot of people, especially when you get out of college, you thinking because you get access to these tens of thousands on these credit cards that you don't have to pay them back, and that's where we start getting in the whole. Sure.
So you guys are not new to the show. You guys are. I'm sorry. This is Little Miss Chit Chat.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I'm late, I know. I got caught up doing something. Sorry.
Hey.
Okay, so my point was that it's so crazy because when people get their little refund checks back in college from like loans and stuff like that, they be splurging. Like they be buying everything. They be copping out. They be going shopping. It's like, you got to pay that money back. So I don't know, what y'all doing right now?
Yeah, and that's what happens. We get caught up in that cycle of financial irresponsibility, and when it's time to purchase that home or get that vehicle, then you realize that you're under, as my partner said, behind the 8 ball, and now you have to dig yourself out the hole, which a lot of people don't know how to do, and that's why we're that voice and we're that advocate.
So do you go out to the schools and do you teach the schools like?
Well, we educate in many different platforms, and that's what the R.A.R.E Foundation is about. We focused on 3 demographic of individuals. Our veteran community, there's an epidemic in the credit industry, period. But in the veteran community, homelessness runs rampant.
Yes.
These veterans don't have the basic necessities because they can't meet the basic credit score criterias to get approved. So we chose that demographic of individuals and our returning citizens. Recidivism is real. You have almost 70% of individuals that are released from prison are back within 3 to 5 years.
Right.
And, that demographic is the only demographic of individuals where almost 100% of those men and women that are released are released into a credit-driven society, but with damaged credit profiles. So we wanted to make sure that we did all that we could to address and assist those individuals as well, and our recent college graduates who are suffering with that student loan debt from the decisions that they made.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think bad credit is just as good as no credit at all?
Well,
I mean, just as bad. Sorry.
well, it is. 'Cause again, credit is a blueprint to show a lender how well you pay for things. So whether your credit is bad or whether you don't have any, then you can't prove your credit worthiness to a lender. So it is equivalent.
Okay.
It's your financial resume, right? When you go to a job, they want to know who you work for, how long you work for them, and people have to understand that credit is absolutely your financial resume. So it's very important that we keep that in mind. So even in our project, and we're going to talk about some different things that we're raising some money to open up a credit consultation center in Harlem, and we've actually discounted a lot of our prices for individuals. But it's important, my man had talked about what we're doing, and I'm going to let him get into the packages right now because we got a couple of minutes to really go into that. But we do understand that, physical incarceration is something, but, if your credit's not right, that's financial incarceration. Right. And without that, you can't move. A lot of things you want.
Right.
It's attached to all your dreams, your dream house,
Sometimes
your dream car.
people even running your credit to get a job nowadays.
Yeah, it's kind of, there's borderline stuff about that, but they want to know. Your credit check is basically your credibility. That's the background check these days, right? They want to know who you are as an individual before they put their company in your hands. They want to make sure that you can even take care of your own situation personally, right?
Exactly.
So understand, we want to get into the packages, right, of what we want to talk about for our people. But I think you want to,
yeah. I would love to know, like, what does it take for a person to come to one of your speaking engagements? Where do you speak? Like, how do we get to one of those speaking engagements or one of those classes?
Well, again, and that's what the campaign is for. We're currently, raising money, assisting the R.A.R.E Foundation and opening up a credit education center in Harlem that will provide unlimited credit access to individuals and not only give clients the platform, but educate and teach them how to improve their credit on their own. So it's not just a location where we're going to fix your credit, but we're going to educate you and provide you that platform on how you can do it yourself if indeed you run through these financial issues again.
Okay, so I have a question. So let's say someone has no credit. What would be the first thing that you would tell them to do to build their credit?
Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can build. Number one, having secure cards is one of the easiest things to start that foundation with. Prove yourself to your banker, and find out what other areas that you can put your money in that will provide.
Hold on. For those who don't know what a secured card is,
A secure card is where you go to the bank and you leverage and you give them in cash what you will want on a credit card. And they will use that cash to put it on the credit card and then report that payment history to the credit bureaus, and that's what starts the building process. So there's no approval needed. As long as you have that cash, then you can get access to that card.
Nice. So can you tell us about your packages and your deals and what you're trying to accomplish?
Fantastic. So we have a couple different things, and to keep in mind, this is a threefold process, right? So we have thousands of customers around the country, but Quincy's from the Bronx. I'm from. So we need to see, in Harlem is in the resurgence right now, but we've seen a lot of people that own property in Harlem and they've lost it. And the businesses that open up in Harlem, the mom and pops, might be disappearing a little bit. So we want to see that resurgence happen. So keep in mind that we understand that people need to get their credit fixed. So there's threefold purpose. We're gonna roll out our packages, right? Or do we want to do that now, or do we?
Time, go ahead.
Yeah? Okay, fantastic. So we're going to talk about the packages, and keep in mind that with these dollar figures and these price points, all the money will go into a pool that will be dedicated to opening up the center in Harlem. And because it's a nonprofit, it's also tax deductible, right? So we have 4 different packages. One is for a single individual, and we were awesome to establish a relationship with Equifax. You guys heard of Equifax before, right? So they are the actual bureau. So they're going to we offer a full year of monitoring on your credit report, because a lot of people don't monitor their credit report, and you have to. It's like your weight. It's like everything else, right? You got to know what's going on with your money. So we're going to offer that. And for $50, we're going to do 3 months of what people call credit recovery or credit restoration for an individual. Now, what does that mean? That's going to be removing everything, we can't remove everything, but we're going to make an attempt to remove those items that you've been declined for. Maybe you've had a bankruptcy, a judgment, a late payment, whatever it may be, a repossession. So we're going to make an attempt with our process and our service to remove those items from your credit report. So that's a steal, I should say, for $50.
Yeah, it's a really good price.
1 year of service, right? So for $50, I went to the movies the other day, and it cost me $50 with another individual. So for all those individuals out there that if you can't come up with $50 to fix your credit, the bottom line is you probably don't ever need credit, right? So there's a couple package for 2 individuals. It's $150. We're going to offer the same process for those individuals, the Equifax, the monitoring for a year. And it also comes with identity theft. You guys heard of LifeLock, right?
Yes.
So that's one of the fastest growing crimes, right? People are not knocking over bodegas anymore. They want to go and they want to steal your identity. Right? Because the bottom line, they get your identity, they can open up whatever they want to. So you're going to get $1 million of coverage in the event that something happens. So if you got a brother and a sister, the bottom line, $150, we sign you up. And again, that money's tax deductible and goes to the program. If there's a family, and I encourage anybody who's listening, if you are a father, a mother, because we believe when you raise the credit, you uplift the community. I mean, if you have a household of everybody has 750 scores, you can co-sign on different things, right? We have this thing about being in our community. My credit's not good. I can't sign. I'm not putting you on. Other ethnicities, what'd you call them? The
uncolored folks.
The uncolored folks. They start their kids off on their credit profiles.
Yes, definitely. I work at a car dealership besides this, so
Okay.
I already know
So
they
you see
come
it.
in, yeah.
And they come in ready, right? So we've got to change our whole mentality. So
Yeah.
the family plan is $500 for 4 individuals for 6 months, and then we have an entrepreneur package and stuff that we can get into that, I guess, if we have an opportunity to. But I know the guys look like they're signaling me.
I got a question. So you said that there's a card that you can access, but you have to have cash on demand. What's the difference between that card and a debit card?
Well, a debit card is your money. A debit card is where you have access and it doesn't report to the credit bureaus, because that's what you want. You want that reporting history.
Oh, so that's what it does. It leaves a financial trace.
Exactly.
Copy.
And that's the difference between a credit card and a debit card.
All right, dope.
And also open up bank accounts as well. All these things go into public records. They want to know that you're a real person when it's all said and done. So I just talked about those. I'm going to let my partner talk about the entrepreneur package because there's a lot that's involved in it. But I certainly do hope and believe, keep in mind, we charge thousands of dollars. And the bottom line is a person who understands the power of credit. If you got to get a mortgage for the next 30 years, it makes sense for you to reduce that interest rate. If you got to get a car, we're tired of seeing people get a car and all of a sudden the car is worth $10,000, but you owe 15. Right? And even with a mortgage, when it's all said and done, just so you understand, the mortgage, you have to, interest is your slave master, right? He controls you. He's around for a long period of time. And so we want to reduce that debt on a mortgage. Understand the word mortgage means to death, right? So you're going to pay that for a long period of time like a mortician. So we need to reduce this so you have more discretionary income to go do other things that are important as opposed to paying interest. So that's the family plan is $50. The single plan, is $50. That's a no-brainer. The couple plan, again, this is all, for our nonprofit to do what we need to do in Harlem. The couples plan is for you and another individual and a free year of monitoring for Equifax. All of that is included. And the family plan, if you're a mother, a father, you got to get 4 people for $500. We'll take care of the whole entire family. But I'm going to let my partner talk about the entrepreneur package.
And the entrepreneur package also is for our individual. We find out once your credit score is where you need it to be, we want to find out what your goal is. And a lot of goals of individuals to become entrepreneurs. So we have a package for $1,000 that will include 6 months of credit improvement, a year of credit monitoring. We will customize and do your business plan as well as your financials to kind of give you that business blueprint. And then we'll get you approved for a $1,500 line of credit to help you start, your business ventures.
Shit. I'm about to sign up.
So, and again, these are all donations, so anybody can choose to donate any amount, but if the donation exceed these amounts, then this is what you're going to get for free. So it's not that we're selling these packages. This is our gift to the R.A.R.E Foundation from Credit Concepts, which is our financial provider. And if your donation exceeds $50, these are some of the advantages and issues that you can take advantage of.
Nice. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having us.
And I got one more thing to say. Somebody can only ride you when you're bent over. So the bottom line is that, somebody can only ride your back when you're bent over. So at the end of the day, we encourage everybody, you got to stand up. But in order to stand up, you got to take action. So if the conversation sounds good, you got to take action. And hopefully we can raise a ton of money and open up a place where you can actually come in Harlem to continue to get these questions answered.
And that address is, we have a GoFundMe page up for the Harlem, for R.A.R.E Harlem, and that's GoFundMe/R.A.R.E Harlem.
That's where you sign up at, right?
Go sign up. Go donate. I know I will.
Right, get your credit right.
I need to get my credit right because Sally Mae gonna kill me, and I can't deal. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for doing what you do. It's so important because, like you said, we do have kids in here, and we do want them to start off fresh. We don't want to start off like me. and I can't buy a house.
You will though. Let's get together.
I gotta get my life together. But thank you guys so much for just doing what you do. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming. You're officially friends of the show, so drop by when you
have us back.
Time.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Thank you.
So Miss Chit Chat is back with us.
Yes.
Listeners, call up. I know you got questions about this. They'll be here with us for a little while longer. Hopefully, with you guys.
Sure, of course.
Okay. Absolutely. Call up, subscribe on iTunes, like us, love us, share us, everything. Hit them up on their website. We're gonna show their video again, and we're gonna go on break.
BroKxTracks.net. Anything goes, yeah, bitch. Anything goes. Ballin' like a rocker. I'ma play hard, like I ball at the rocker. All these bitches on me, I can fuck 'em like Trevor, no way. She wanna dance like a stripper, up and down the floor, 'cause she know that I'm a tipper, okay.
Yeah. Welcome. Chef from Uptown. You was, I must admit the streets had your head spinning. Exchange if you ain't breadwinning. Taking flicks, hitting Facebook. Next thing you know, the feds hitting. Seeing dead snitching. Free my less, he in Fed prison. Hit my way. 21 and he won't never see another day. Meet a chick on 7th, I'll make her run the 8th. Harlem, we been gooning since them rollerblades. A lot of ballers that got lost. Trips is never promised when you making them drops off. Loyalty the reason a lot of got knocked off. Set you up where they be tipping the cops off. This crate, same, just a different day. Ain't going loud, blow the pifferate. It's classic, I promise. This is something to remember and you never gon' forget it. Like the day a virgin gave a shit away. Fear how America fears a strong black man. They rather see us on trial for a crack jam. These young love the thrill of the gat jam till they actions have them caught up in the black can. I used to be that young and just sling a dingbat to retired old vets falsifying to be in rehab. I swear, it's real out here. Little getting killed out here. That's why I say a prayer before I leave the house. That's just a me thing. For me and Rock, that's my up and sing. Up and true as a youngin' couldn't see things. Whole hood blood, so I guess it was a beat thing. It ain't the dough, I swear to God, I love this rap. I just despise the way you hustle backwards. And to them haters, I ain't paying no attention while you frontin' with your words. I be stuntin' with my actions. These bars high like fast breaks from King James. Or better yet, like Rick James and Mary Jane. Having visions of me swerving in the third lane. Still yelling out like money ain't a damn thing. Till I get where I want. Till I get where I want. It's hard work on days off. Till I get where I want. It's hard work on days off. Till I get where I want. It's hard work on days off. Days off. No days off.
Benji.
Rockstar.
I be getting money, they looking at me funny. About to walk up in the store and drop some racks like I'm clumsy. When it's time to catch this paper, she said she ain't do it for me. Had to whisper in the air, started jumping all up on me. Screaming probably, these haters wanna try me. We can tap a fresh gallon, get it poppin' like a molly. So fresh, so clean, team, ride like a Bugatti. Though insane, flowing through my veins like an IV. Grinding, I be posted on the block with it, rock with it. I'ma hustle hard till the cops get it. Pull the sun, squeaky toe, shorty hop in it. 30 for them buddies, do them dirty, better stop slipping. Fast flip, sipping on some Hennessy. Yeah, shit's business, but that money ain't shit to me. Boss 10, bad chick, blowing up my Pennsylvania studio, burning up the booth, I know they sick of me. JB's, yeah, that's my dogs, but we different breeds. 24/7 grind hard, we don't get to sleep. Bottle after bottle, dog, we gon' make it history. 100 wheels by the 100 mils, screaming victory. Mad rags, juggle, moving fast like a centipede. All across the globe, doing shows up in Tennessee. Everybody hang, cause the stone to a glittery. If you want beef, we bring a heavy artillery. You know the name, boy, still in it.
quick.
Who was that?
2006.
Yeah, it was David Benji from the Bronx.
Nice. So I know we got a full panel here. I know you used to just seeing me in chit chat, but we have our guest,
Yes, and
Mr. Quincy and Mr. Chef, and we also have Mr. O. Mr.
Oh,
Odo.
pressure. New Bronx City, I'm in the building. Thanks for having me.
Now, this guy has a lot of characters, so I asked him to stay. He has a show actually before us,
Okay.
and they do a music hip hop show, right?
Yeah, we do hip hop, but we also have guys like you on this, very
Awesome.
informative, the people that represent the community.
Thanks, man.
We definitely. So I'm looking forward to have you also have y'all on our show too.
Oh
Link
yeah,
up.
we'd love to. Absolutely.
right,
Give us
make
the information.
connections.
Yeah.
All right, so today I'm gonna get straight into the topic. Today, I've just been seeing all week. I know I was sick last week, so I couldn't come in. It was like the heat was really getting to me. But the disrespect of black women everywhere is just so disgusting. I can't take it.
Why you laugh?
I'm listening to. I'm just looking at her face.
I can't take it. Like I'm frustrated. It's disgusting to me. And it's like a black man gets killed. We should riot for him. A black woman gets killed the same. Oh,
Black bitches is acting
Right.
crazy.
She was a whore, and what is that?
You referring to the young lady? I think it was on. She was streaming something on Facebook. Is that what you're referring to? The
Yes.
incident that happened a little bit earlier.
She she was in Baltimore.
Baltimore, right? Yeah.
And she got killed by the police, but they're showing this video of her during a traffic stop. Those two incidents had nothing to do with each other. Who I am that day, I could have been irate that day. I didn't have to be irate that necessarily when they killed me. So why discredit my character and assassinate my person? And it's just like frustrating because it was like the two videos had nothing to do with each other. Yeah, she could have been a mental patient. You don't know that. But when uncolored folks, as we say here, they do crazy things. Oh, they was mental. It was so crazy.
Oh, she's bipolar. She has depression. She
Right.
has this. She has that. But when it comes to a black woman, it's she's crazy, or she's ghetto, or she's
ignorant.
Right.
Now, why was I ignorant for having a gun? I mean, they have licenses for that. So why was that ignorant? I don't understand. I was in my house. If I want to, right, the Second Amendment. If I want to walk around my house just with a big shotgun, that's my business. That has nothing to do with me being insane or crazy. Like, I have children in here. I'm gonna protect my children.
Absolutely.
Why would that be crazy? I don't understand. You see people getting killed by the cops by a rapid rate, and then the cops pull up at your house for a traffic warrant, and they pull up squad deep. You like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't know what, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I have my kids here. I don't know what y'all going to do, because clearly y'all busting shots off when 5-year-olds is near there. Y'all busting shots when kids is in the back seat, in car seats. Like, how am I supposed to feel safe? I'm going to have my gun, too, if the cops come in deep for a traffic stop and my kids is in there, because I'm going to have to protect my kids by all means necessary. Like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah. What I wanted to say, a lot of these things that's happening in our communities is the officers. It's based on fear. They fear us. It's just overall,
course.
It's based off fear. A lot of the reactions. And on our show, I was talking about. I think the officers, the training that they have, like when you have jobs, you do trainings to stay up abreast with what's going on in the workplace.
Absolutely.
I think they need to have trainings, like a 90-day basic training, and psychological evaluations, because a lot of these, they're not psychologically fit to perform their job, and they're showing
I'm pretty
that.
sure they have psychological evaluations before you become a police officer. Think about all the
They
people
should
that
be a
you're
little
coming in
bit more
contact
consistent.
with. Like, I know they do. Like, they teach you how to deal with somebody when it's a suicide. They teach you how to deal with somebody when it's a robbery. What's the
have
shit
a
called?
combative
Yeah, right.
training.
Exactly. That don't make no sense.
We're all
When it's a
raised-
hostage, you could deal with that, but
You know, we're all raised differently, right? And the bottom line is that life is about your experiences. So, you know, I have some what do you call them again? Uncolored. I have a lot of uncolored folk, and I think that, you know, when you want to solve race relations, you know, I could talk to him, I could talk to you, but you got to cross the line. I think black people have to talk to white people, because a lot of them, they don't understand. I had a very good friend of mine. I'll give you a quick story. Until these things, thank God for video phones and cameras, because he didn't believe these things happen, right? I've been blessed. I've always driven a decent car from the projects. I'm in Brooklyn. Probably got pulled over 10 times a year, but other people don't understand that's your reality until they film it, right? Until they see it. You know, and I said, listen, this has been going on for a long period of time. He says, nah, it never happened that way. Now he's seen like this has been going on for 50,
But I feel like they're
60
trying to
years.
act like it's not happening. Not really that they really
you know what
believe
it
it's
is?
not
Because
happening.
It's ugly. And because it's ugly,
They don't want the ugly truth.
Well, that's the bottom line. Because it's ugly. And then when they see
But-
it on
and that's
film,
another-
they got it's real at that point.
But
in
like
time.
you said, we need to talk to the uncolored people about this, because at the end of the day, we see somebody white come in the room and we all gonna get quiet. We're not gonna talk about the issue that's at hand. Me personally, when I see something happen on the news or Facebook, I'm telling everybody in my job, wherever y'all all white, y'all see what happened to this black man? You see what y'all doing? Y'all people's doing to us? Like, we need to.
But it needs to be a discussion because sometimes
Exactly.
I don't understand.
They don't.
where you come from.
They don't
might
understand
where we come
our
from.
walk of life. They don't understand what we go through. I get it. They don't
Absolutely.
understand.
Right. And there's some things about that culture we don't understand. Right.
Exactly. Of course.
You know. So yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, they just don't. So it's just conversation. You know what I mean? But they got to be open to sit down at the table.
And gotta be able to respect the differences. I'm not going just because my name is Shaniqua from the Bronx, don't mean I can't be Becky with the good hair. Those two people can be the same person, and I want that line to stop being blurred and to stop being.
But sidebar, playing devil's advocate, at the same time, we have to stop portraying a role to make them look at us some type of way. Like if we're going into freaking, let's say R.A.R.E, we don't see them often. We're going into R.A.R.E or whatever, and you wilding out, cursing somebody out like, oh, if I got a hair, bitch, I'ma fuck you up, blah 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 blah. And a white person has never seen a black person before, and this is all they see. This is what they're gonna think.
Well, TV,
about.
it's the media, it's the TV as well, you know. So the bottom line is that it's a good thing that you got people that can make certain types of films that portray you in a different light. But if I'm young and I'm white and this is all I see on TV and I see bling bling, this, that, shooting, wilding out, next thing you know, when I get around a bunch of 4 or 5 African American black people, I'm gonna think what I saw on TV is my reality because that's the only thing I have to base it on because I live in the neighborhood where there are no black people. So that's the only thing I got to live off of.
But
No?
that's also goes both ways because I can say I see on TV hillbillies and rednecks. Is that right for me to think y'all all like that? No, y'all all don't look the same. We all don't look the same. That's
It might not be right.
I mean,
but
it's
you
ignorant,
have nothing else
yeah.
to base it off of. Right?
That's ignorance because if I think everybody out here is a hillbilly, then what? I could meet some of the coolest uncolored folk.
And you
ever.
wouldn't even know.
And you wouldn't even know that they're uncolored because they could relate to you so much and they've done their research.
Speaking of this, I want to say something. So y'all know Miss Florida, she got her title revoked because she had her makeup artist in the backstage or whatever. She got her title revoked. I guess apparently you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to use your own makeup artist. But yet, Miss Teen Texas, she was writing all types of nigger. I'm saying nigger, not nigga, not plain nigger.
With an ER?
On Facebook, not Facebook, on Twitter. It was everywhere, on the Baller Alert, Shade Room. Everybody posted it. And this girl did not get her title revoked. And it's stuff like that. And this girl wasn't even black. The Miss Florida wasn't even black. She was Puerto Rican, but you know, it's the same shit. But
Right.
excuse my language. But it's the same thing. But it's just like, it's crazy.
What
How
do
is
you
that
feel about
possible? He was mad quiet over here, like.
I'm just thinking like this. It's sad that racism has become so normal. The normalcy is just it's normal now, and
Right.
it's no shock value to what's going on because of the images that we see on TV. Like every day, we don't even have to turn on the TV. You just scroll on social media. And when I first saw the guy get shot in the car and this girl I saw that on social media, and I don't watch the news for that reason. So if I'm informed, it's by my peers and by social media, and that's sad that that's happening. But I think, you know, for a situation like that, the people that was part of that, they need to raise their voice. Like they need to have a voice about it and voice their opinion, you know, because that's not right. It's not right.
I agree.
I asked this question before on the show. What do we do when the police are the problem? What would you do? Like, what is there to do? It's like we're suffocating, we're drowning, and we're dying all in one time because we don't know what to do. Marching is not working. Protesting is not working. Fighting back is not working. Like, what do we do to be effective and to be heard?
That's already said. We get our money up. We become people of power, and we speak on these issues and get people to freaking listen. That's what we do.
I agree.
And in the meantime, we comply because we we see the aggression, we see what's going on, and long as we live another day to tell a story, then that's the most important.
But what we
and
but
know,
at the same time, everybody's human. At the end of the day, if a cop comes up to me and I feel like a cop, like this is any person, like if you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, like seriously, like it could go left real fast. It's so easy to happen because people have emotions. Like, be honest. Like, I feel like. What's up? What's up?
Oh God!
Yeah, what's up?
You said to comply, right?
We know that even when you comply, sometimes things happen, but you limit the percentage. You can always fight your story in a courtroom, and I know sometimes it ain't.
We don't even got justice in the courtroom, though. At the end of the day, so
yeah, but we live.
That's bullshit.
But we
Sorry,
live,
but
and that's the important thing.
Well,
because
what is living in a world that we are feared, and also fearing to live in? What kind of life is that? The guy that was looking out for the autistic kid that was shot in his leg. The cop shot 3 times, so he could have been dead, but he was blessed to hit him in his leg. He was lying on the floor, hands up. That kid is autistic, and he was still shot. He was complying before the cop was even where that camera stand is. He was complying before the cop pulled his gun out. He was complying when he said that child is autistic. That's not a gun. So
yeah, and the police were wrong, but at the end of the day, you understand the police, they got a license to kill, they got a license to carry, right? And they got laws to back them up. And you got to understand when you go into the court system, the police, the district attorney, the prosecutor, the judge, these people kind of all know each other because they're in court all the time.
They do.
So at the end of the day, we got, like, I understand what man is saying, but you know, you hit it right in the head. You want to control your community. You look at other communities, the ethnic communities, they control their businesses. They control the economics. And because they control their money, because money talks, and they control the vote. But if you don't control the economics in your neighborhood and you control your money, you really don't have a voice. So we can walk all day, we can protest all day, and a lot of people are like, yeah, y'all can walk.
Sabo, did y'all see like the district attorney? I think the district attorney or somebody of the Bronx, he had an altercation with the police, and they were about to go crazy on him until one of the police officers realized who he was, and it was all over the news. He was talking about. He was like, yeah, they thought they were gonna. They didn't know who I was. It was about to be another case of this happening, and now look, but he's about to make a big deal about it. So hopefully, you know, it works out best for us.
I think what he's saying is power and wealth. Like it's power when we take our money and put it back in our communities. That's where the power is going to come. Like you seen Killer Mike in Atlanta. He asked people to raise what, 800,000. They came up with like 800,000 and put the money in the bank. Yeah, it's in Atlanta they did that.
Absolutely.
How much they got? To switch banks. And they put their money in there. They made it. That makes sense, though.
Absolutely. You got to control the. I mean, if you guys, this brother name is Claude Anderson, his real deep brother, and he talks about powernomics, and you got to control the economics, because if you don't have any money, you can't impact anything. Then the bottom line is you're just talking at the end of the day. But like you said, if I got my money in the bank and I pull it out, that's going to impact you. Right. If I don't support your business, I mean, we're African Americans. We support everybody else's business.
Right.
Right. So if we support in our own situation, if we're self-contained, now people have to listen to you because, like you said, there's money and wealth and whatnot. We're the only ones. You know, you have other communities; they own all the property. We're paying them rent, right? I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. The Jewish community.
And another
runs
thing
the
is that we need to
stick
stick together. You see, not for nothing, but like Jewish people stick together. You see Chinese people stick together. Indians stick together, and Black people never stick together at all. Right, and you know, we need to do that more. We need to say, okay, today I'm gonna go buy a dress. I'm gonna go support my local Black business. That's what we need to do.
Right, but we gotta respect each other so that we're not fighting each other. We're not beefing with each other. We walk by each other. We gotta support each other. So number one, we gotta love ourselves, right, before we can make that happen. So we got a lot of issues as African Americans, as Black people, before we get to that point, because this is not a new conversation. This is a conversation that's been had many, many times over. But yet still, somebody go down the block and be beefing with somebody about nonsense.
We need to stop being each other's competition and be the help.
Right.
Like, it's like everybody wants to be
somebody
big dog. Nobody wants to be at the bottom going up. Like, you have to start from somewhere. I'm pretty sure as business owners, you guys started from just you guys.
Well, let me make this point if I could, right? I think a lot of it has to start with the family unit. I live across the street from a Muslim brother, Muhammad, and the bottom line is there's generations of people that live in that house, right? And so when he goes off to work, the grandmother's there and she's babysitting the children at the end of the day. And he's like, listen, I don't have anybody babysitting my kids. You know, we got a lot of single parent households, right?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of strong family values.
Exactly. We don't have that unit. And it all starts from that unit. So he's like, Jeff,
I
here's
mean,
what
yeah,
we
that
do.
makes sense because it's like if I don't fuck with my sister, why I'm gonna fuck with the boy next door? Because this is how people are. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me make this point. He's like, listen, we come over here. He says, why do you think we own the gas stations? Why do you think we own all the Dunkin' Donuts? Why do you think we have this and that other thing? You sit back, man, I go to Dunkin' Donuts. All right. I go to the gas station. He said, this is by design. But it all starts with the family unit. And then they build. Then they get their uncle, their aunt, their cousin. They make the sacrifices. We're not willing to make sacrifices. And like you said, a lot of people, you know, they get old and they're like, yo, I'm going to kick my son out. He's 18 years old. You don't got a job. Get out of here. That's that family unit. If that's not right, and, you know, by design, people have drugs. They take the male out the household because he's getting locked up with drugs and this, that, the other thing. It's all by design to break up that family unit. But that goes back to slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
It goes back
That's
to a conversation that O had on his show earlier. It takes a village to raise kids. And it's like, we got to stop raising our kids like, oh, you can't say nothing to my kids because they're my kids. If I see your kids doing wrong, I'm like, listen, shorty, you wildin'. I don't, and if you catch my kid, I don't have any. If you catch my kid out there, do the same for me. Have enough respect for me to do the same for me. Absolutely. And I think our kids would see that and be like, oh, I can't do this in front of my elders again. And that structure will be built. And we not doing that no more. We're like, don't say nothing to my kid because no.
And it used to be that way with the police. I grew up in the projects in Brooklyn. There was a cop that was on the beat, and everybody knew who that cop was, right? And he had respect because he knew everybody was. You don't have that neighborhood cop anymore that has that relationship. You know, they stand on the corner, they don't speak to you. But the police officer that I grew up with, his name was Officer Carl. Everybody in my project, shout out Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. Everybody knew who he was, and every parent knew who he was. But we don't have that kind of policing anymore these days.
We need to bring back our bonds. Bring back, you see, like I said this many shows ago. If you see a black person, say hi. Start saying hello to random black people. Like, don't. I'm not gonna feel ashamed.
I mean, honestly, that's not.
Everybody's a tough guy, though.
First of all, that's the thing. You gonna say hi to somebody? She's like, oh, why this girl saying hi to me?
I don't care what you say.
This is how the world is. That's why it's just so hard to even.
That's why it's gonna continue because we're not willing to take the first step because we think, oh, what if she don't say hi back? So what? It's not gonna kill you if you don't say hi back to me. Oh well, I know I took the initiative to do right. That's on you. If you angry, oh well. Like, I can't do nothing about that. I'm still going to say hi to random black people and be waving and acting like I live in an uncolored area. I don't care.
Right.
Like, we really all have the same, we going to the same place. At the end of the day, we're going to the same place, metaphorically speaking. We are going to the same place.
So everybody tomorrow, say hello to 5 black people tomorrow that you know.
That's the goal. Say hello to 5 black people. Just
random people.
You good?
That you don't know.
You all right?
I was just walking down the street.
Right?
That's it. That's how we met.
See, bonds like this is why we able to be here today. The producer of the show randomly saw you guys and said hello.
Exactly.
That's all it takes to build these relationships and to build. And I'm about to get my life together because of y'all. Y'all about to help me with my credit. We about to get our life.
Yeah, we about to get our credit popping.
So that's it.
We need that. We need 10,000 people with their scores in the 700s. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the goal, 10,000?
Come on, we
just
need to
10,000?
make it happen. Then we can own. You can own that. You can open up that business. You can open up.
Yeah, because they're trying to gentrify Harlem, man. What they did. They did. They did. They're not trying. They did.
They did. But what happened was, right, a lot of burnt out property. We went through the whole drug thing. The prices went real low. And then through not financial illiteracy, a lot of people own property and wind up losing it for pennies on a dollar. And that's hurtful because you can't let property leave your family. That's an asset. You know, the South was built because they got millions of dollars in free labor off of slavery, but they hold on to that land and they pass it down. So if we get it, we got to hold on to that.
Right.
You do. I really want to thank you guys. You guys are so important to the culture. And you also so important to the culture because I know you guys are dads and things like that. We need more, like I said, the goal is to say hi to random black people and say hi to them when you see them. Say hi to, he may look intimidating, but he's a sweetheart.
No, really not.
He's a sweetheart. But we need to be nice to each other because we
need each other.
We do, because the uncolored folks don't got us.
Right.
I mean, they pick it in for us and things like that, but they don't got us.
No shit, they have to.
Right, it's on us. But I want to thank you guys for coming to the show. Thank you guys for doing
Thanks
what you
everybody
do.
for coming.
I want to thank
you.
you. Shout
Thanks
out
for
to
having
Brokx
us.
City.
Okay, we're gonna plug out our thing one more time.
Of
When
course,
everybody
yes,
get
of
their credit
course.
right, my partner's gonna tell you where you need to go, sign up, get your credit right. 10,000 people in New York. 700 scores. We buy back Park Avenue. We buy back 125th Street, Brooklyn, Barclays.
Let's get it.
We'll tell you where to go.
We're going to go to GoFundMe.com/Rare Harlem. Make a donation. Help others while helping yourself all at the same time. GoFundMe at R.A.R.E Harlem. GoFundMe.com at R.A.R.E Harlem.
Right, that's a good look. I wish much success to you guys. And you got anything to say, Cha?
No, I don't got nothing to say. Thanks you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to wrap up the show, and we're going to play Ja the Flirt, his video. See you guys later.
Hey, it's your favorite Aussie, Melly Mel. You're listening to DSN The Matrix Studios, the #1 network in America.
Scar. Gang. Shout my niggas from the 50 block, man. Cloud Dizzy Fleazy. You ain't no type of time more. That gang. F's up, man. I'm back on my bully, my strap with a hoodie. These niggas can't fuck with me. These bitches in love with me. Shit is real funny. I ain't with the fuckery. I get to the money, I'm puffing trees. They still on my back, so it's fuck the D's. I'm still in the hole with my gun on me, cause I know that they plotting on slumping me.
Hold up. Had to go and get my rolls up. Shit I did give me nightmares, and I still never froze up. Hustle hard, got my O's up. Crack a pint, 4-4 up.
I was out there in the huddle, nigga. You was posted on the sideline. Young and Rex's nigga, fuck the law. Give a fuck about the guidelines. Free my niggas, hoping time fly. Catch you slipping in this bye-bye. Purse mags in the back seat. It's a motherfucking drive-by. Huh? Yeah, I told y'all niggas it's a fucking problem. Got Fleazy on the cut with it.
It's Fleazy Dawn, I'll take it, bitch. She take the dick, then play the strip. This the F and we blazing shit. Why you hating? We ain't made it, bitch. All I do is go get the cash, throw it in the bag. My bitch is bad. I'll run down on your bitch ass and I'll fucking slap your bitch ass.
This is the shit that they wanted. I smoke out the zip and get blunted. I get to the money. 20s and 50s and 100s. Playing with my niggas, we buckin'. We pop out the niggas, start running. RJ, my niggas is drumming. We been in the sisters, the youngest. Turn on my nigga who want it. My nigga who want it. No box. My nigga who want it with us, huh? What's up? You know how you rock, nigga. Shakalaka world. Gang.
Blunts roll, cups fill, on a mission, tryna catch a meal. Stripper bitch tryna throw it at me, but I'm just tryna catch a feel. Stripper bitch tryna throw it at me, but I'm just tryna catch a feel.
Stripper bitch tryna throw it at me, cause she know a nigga got the racks. Popping bottles and we got the pack. On the F is where you find me at. My little niggas don't know how to act. They run up on you letting llamas clap.
Nigga, let the llamas clap. Come through, nigga, hit a nigga in the back. Then I creep off in the act. Sippin' on some cognac. If it ain't no cognac, I need a yak. Stupid. Shoot your ass like I'm Cupid. Boy, don't make me do it. No Ashanti, but I'm foolish. Drippy, nigga.
Hey, it's your favorite Aussie, Melly Mel. You're listening to DSN The Matrix Studios, the #1